Most people get paid, pay their taxes, then spend the rest of their money wondering why there's nothing left over to invest or do anything productive with. You need to set up a system for yourself that puts your money on a conveyor belt for you and gives every penny a job to do without you ever having to think about it. Now, the very basics are to have a portion going towards your savings, investing, and spending. These proportions are going to look vastly different depending on your life situation, responsibilities, and financial situation. A general prescription to start with is 75, 15, and 10. So this is where you're allowed to spend 75% of your money, you have to invest 15%, and save 10%. This is really the very basics, and you should quickly surpass this as you start doing this. But for now, this is the funnel that you can start with. Either have 3 separate bank accounts that automatically take these amounts from your checking account, or do it yourself the second you get your paycheck. So let's start with saving. Again, how much you save is going to depend on your own responsibilities, expenses, and life situation. At bare minimum, you're going to save that 10% of your income until you get to 3 to 12 months of savings, again, depending on you. Personally, as a young guy with no kids to be responsible for, I stick with 3 months and put my money to work in other places. If you have kids and a bunch of debt and this and that, then you're probably going to want to go towards 6 to 12 months. So you keep saving 10% of your money, keep putting it here until you build up that nest egg. Once you've reached your total amounts of savings, you're going to take that 10% and put it into the investing bucket we talked about earlier. You don't want to be saving too much money because inflation, which we'll talk about in another video, is going to eat into the value of your money. So by keeping it there, you're literally losing value year to year. But obviously you do want to have somewhat of a nest egg for your own peace of mind. So now let's talk about spending. Get a piece of paper or an Excel sheet and write down how much you earn post-tax every month. Or if your paycheck is bi-weekly, then do it bi-weekly. Then I want you to pull up your previous month's statement and start writing out your expenses one by one. This is going to be painful and annoying, but you need to do it. It's way too easy to spend all your money and then wonder where it went, but every time at the end of the month, that math is going to add up and it's you who's spending it. Once you have that written out, be honest with yourself and decide where you're going to cut back. You now know that you have to save 10% and you have to invest 15% of this paycheck no matter what. That money is not even available to you to use. Think of it as a tax to the government. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. It needs to get paid. So don't even think about that 25% of savings and investments being spent here. That's not what that money is for. That 25% is gone, no questions asked, non-negotiable. So now with this remaining 75%, start with your staples, your grocery, your rent, your vehicle, your phone bill, all the things that form the foundations of your life. Now be smart about how you spend it here too and try to negotiate what you can. And we'll make separate videos about how much you can actually afford in each of these areas, but that's for later. So now at this point, you've spent 25% of your paycheck, 10% on saving, 15% on investing, which we'll talk about, and now you've spent your foundational spending and you have left over what you're actually allowed to spend. Now, I'm not your mom or your dad, so be an adult and be honest with yourself about what you can actually afford. Be honest about your needs and wants and apply some delayed gratification here. The rule of 5 is a good one and it applies in most cases where if you can't buy 5 of something, you can't afford 1 of them. These days, it's very easy to buy whatever you want without actually being able to afford it through debt. That's a very bad idea and it sends you down a path of misery. So again, the math is always going to math at the end of the month. So be honest, be mature, and spend what you have remaining like an adult. Now that brings us to the 15% of that initial paycheck that goes into investing to get you wealthy over time and secure your future. You need your money working for you if you ever hope to become financially free. There's tons of videos and we're going to make videos about how to invest and where to invest, but that's besides the point for now. Again, this comes down to your risk tolerance and life situation as well as goals, but generally the higher the risk, the higher the potential reward. Me personally, if I'm going to take risk, it's going to be by betting on myself and investing into growing my skill set and businesses. When it comes to investing, I max out my tax-free savings accounts with boring ETFs and REITs. I don't think about it. I don't analyze stock charts. I put my money there and I let time do its thing. Every penny that's left over after that in this bucket goes into my own businesses and improving myself and becoming more valuable in the marketplace. Depending on your personality, risk tolerance, and goals, you can invest into real estate, stocks, crypto, franchises. There's so many options. And like I said, we'll make another video about investing specifics, but the above is what I would suggest to a friend. It's not financial advice, it's just how I would chat with a friend, like I'm doing now. But the point is, you need to put a bare minimum of 15% of your paycheck to work for you while you sleep and you enjoy life, because again, this is the key to financial freedom. And there it is, you guys. This is a proper budgeting system that gives every penny in your life a role to do. Once you have this locked down, try to decrease the spending and increase the investing. And at all times, keep becoming better at what you do. Keep looking for better opportunities to grow that initial amount that you start the process with, because that's only going to add fuel to the fire and propel you forward much faster. But that's pretty much it for today. Be mindful with your money. Give every penny a job to do. Be sure to check the description to join our newsletter and whatever else we have going on. And we'll see you next time.